everyone! Welcome back to Business English Desk. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jamie. And okay, today's topic, this one is different from anything we've done before.
It really is. Like, usually we take one word, take, go, hold, and show you all its different meanings.
But today we're doing something else. We're taking 4 words that all seem to mean the same thing. Start, begin, kick off, and get going, and showing you they're not actually the same thing at all.
Right. Like, on the surface, all 4 of these mean to start something, but native speakers choose between them constantly without even thinking about it, based on tone, based on context, based on feeling.
And that's the kind of thing that separates someone who studied English from someone who lives in it. Like, you can know all 4 words and still sound slightly off if you use the wrong one at the wrong moment.
So today, we're going to fix that completely. Let's get into it. So this one is the word you probably already know best. It's simple, it's short, it's the most common of all 4.
And that's exactly what makes it interesting. Like, start is the default. It's the word you reach for in almost any situation. Like, what time does the movie start? Can we start the meeting? I need to start my homework.
And start works in every register. Like, it's just as natural in a casual text message as it is in a formal business email. The presentation will start at 9 a.m. Both casual and formal, same word. Totally comfortable in either one.
And that's actually really unusual. Like, most words in English lean one way or another, formal or casual. But start sits right in the middle. It just works everywhere.
And start also has this really important quality. It focuses on the very first moment, like the exact point where something begins. The race starts at 10 a.m. sharp. That's a precise moment, a specific point in time.
Right. Like, start often comes with a very clear, very specific starting point. Start the car, start the timer, start the engine. There's this mechanical, almost immediate quality to the word.
And speaking of mechanical, that's actually one of the most common uses of start, like with machines, with engines, with devices. The car won't start. Can you start the dishwasher? My laptop takes forever to start.
And you really can't replace start in those sentences. Like, you'd never say the car won't begin. That just sounds wrong. Start owns the mechanical world completely.
And start also works for beginning a new phase in life. Like, she started a new job. They started dating. We started a family. These are big life moments, but start handles them just as easily as starting a car.
And that flexibility is really the whole story of start. It's the word that just works almost everywhere. It's your safe choice, your default choice. And honestly, if you're ever unsure which of these 4 words to use, start is usually a pretty safe bet.
And there's a version of start that's really useful too. Start off. Like, we started off well, but things got harder later, meaning the beginning of something, specifically how it began compared to how it continued.
And start over is another really common one. Like, I made too many mistakes. I need to start over, meaning begin again from the very beginning, completely fresh.
So start really is the foundation of this whole family of words. Simple, flexible, comfortable in any context, mechanical or emotional, formal or casual. It just works. Okay, word 2, begin. Now this one is really interesting because on paper, it means exactly the same thing as start, but it feels completely different.
It really does. Like, begin is the more formal, more elegant version of start. It's the word you'd use in writing, in speeches, in serious moments.
Like, let us begin. That sounds so much more formal, so much more weighty than let's start. Same meaning, completely different feeling.
And that's why you'll hear begin in ceremonies, like the wedding will begin shortly, or the trial will begin Monday morning. There's a seriousness to begin that start just doesn't have.
And in storytelling, begin is almost always the word of choice. Like, once upon a time, our story begins. You'd never say our story starts in that context. It just wouldn't have the same magic.
Right. Once upon a time, our story starts. Sounds like a business memo, not a fairy tale.
Exactly. Like, begin carries this literary, almost poetic quality, and that's why you see it so often in books, in speeches, in anything meant to sound important or beautiful.
And begin also works really well in professional writing, like reports. Like, this report will begin by outlining the key findings. That's much more polished than saying this report will start by outlining the key findings.
And there's a subtle but really important difference. Like, begin often implies more of a process, a gradual unfolding, rather than one single sudden moment. Like, start is often instant. Begin can feel more like a journey.
That's such a good way to describe it. Like, the negotiations began suggests a process that will continue and develop over time, but the negotiations started just marks the moment it happened.
And begin also has this quality of being used in more emotional or reflective contexts, like, I began to understand, she began to cry, he began to realize. These aren't sudden actions, they're gradual, internal shifts.
Right. You wouldn't usually say she started to cry. Well, actually, you could say that too, but began to cry feels a little softer, a little more literary, a little more emotionally aware.
And begin with is such a useful phrase. Like, let's begin with the good news. That structure, begin with, is really common in presentations, in meetings, in any situation where you're organizing information.
And there's also to begin with, which is a completely different phrase and really useful. Like, to begin with, I didn't even want to go, meaning in the first place, from the very start. That's a slightly different use worth knowing.
So overall, begin is your formal choice, your elegant choice, your literary choice. Same core meaning as start, but dressed up in a nicer outfit.
I love that description. Start in jeans, begin in a suit.
Exactly that. Okay, expression 3, kick off. Now this one has so much more energy than the first two. Like, it practically jumps off the page.
It really does. So kick-off comes originally from sports, specifically football or soccer, like the actual kick that begins the game. The match kicks off at 3 p.m.
And that origin explains everything about why kick off feels so energetic. Like, it's not just a quiet beginning, it's an active, physical, exciting beginning. There's momentum built right into the word.
And that's why we use kick-off for things that we want to sound exciting. Like, let's kick off the celebration. The event kicks off at 7. We're kicking off the new campaign next week.
And in business, kick off is used constantly. Like, we're having a kick-off meeting. That's such a common phrase in workplaces, like the very first meeting of a new project, where everyone gets excited and aligned on what's coming.
And notice kick off as one word is a noun there. A kick-off meeting, but kick off as two words is the verb. We kick off the project. That distinction matters in writing.
And kick off has this feeling of officially launching something with a bit of ceremony. Like, you wouldn't say, we kicked off brushing our teeth. That would sound so strange.
It really would. Like, kickoff needs a certain scale, a certain sense of occasion. It's for events, projects, campaigns, seasons, things with some size to them.
Like, the football season kicks off in September. We're kicking off our summer sale this weekend. The conference kicks off with a keynote speech. All of these have that same energy of a big, exciting launch.
And kick off also works for starting a conversation or a discussion. Like, let's kick things off by hearing everyone's ideas. That's such a natural, warm way to open a meeting, much more inviting than just saying, let's start.
And there's a noun version too. kickoff, as in the kickoff was incredible, talking about the actual start of an event or a game. That literal sports meaning is still very much alive.
So kick off is your energetic choice, your exciting choice, your we want people to feel the momentum choice. It's the word you reach for when the beginning itself deserves some celebration.
I love that. Like, start is neutral, begin is elegant, and kick off is basically shouting, here we go.
Exactly that energy.
Okay, last one. Get going. Now, this phrase is really different from the other three because it's not just about the beginning, it's about the movement that follows it.
Right, like get going has this real sense of urgency or momentum. Like it's not enough to just start, you need to actually move, actually get moving, get going.
And this is used so much in everyday casual conversation. Like, we should get going, meaning we should leave, we should start moving. We're running a little late, maybe. We need to get going.
And that version of get going is so common at the end of a hangout or a visit. Like, well, it's getting late, we should probably get going. That's such a natural, easy way to say it's time to leave.
And get going also means to actually begin working on something. Like, we've been talking about this project for weeks. Let's finally get going. Meaning, enough talking, enough planning. Let's actually start doing it.
And there's this implied criticism sometimes built into get going. Like if someone says, come on, let's get going. There's a little push in it, a little we've delayed enough energy.
Right. Like, get going often shows up when there's been some hesitation or some delay before it. Stop procrastinating and get going. Quit talking about it and get going.
And that's actually a big difference from start, begin, and kick off. Those three just mark the beginning neutrally, but get going often implies you needed a push to actually begin.
That's such a good distinction. Like, start the meeting is neutral, but let's get this meeting going suggests maybe things were slow, maybe people were distracted, and now we're pushing forward with real energy.
And get going also works for machines and processes. Like, once we get this engine going, we'll be fine. Or, it took a while, but we finally got the project going. There's this feeling of overcoming initial resistance.
Right, like something was stuck or stalled or slow, and then finally it gets moving, it gets going.
And there's a version that's really encouraging too, like, you've got this, just get going. The hardest part is starting. That's such a supportive, motivating way to use this phrase.
And get going is also really common in fitness and health conversations. Like, I need to get going on my exercise routine. Meaning I've been putting it off, but now I actually need to begin and keep the momentum.
So if we put all four together, start is your everyday neutral word. Begin is your formal, elegant word. Kick off is your energetic, celebratory word. And get going is your motivational, momentum word, often used to overcome delay.
That's such a perfect summary. Like, each one has its own personality, its own place in how native speakers actually think and talk.
Okay, role play time. Yes, so the scenario is two coworkers, Diana and Marcus, preparing for a big project launch at their company.
Perfect. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, so the client meeting starts at 10, right?
Yes, 10 sharp. Are we ready?
Almost. I want to begin the presentation with the market research before we get into the actual proposal.
That's smart. Starting strong with data always sets a good tone. Should we kick off the whole meeting with a quick welcome or go straight into it?
Let's kick it off with a proper welcome. It's a big client. We want it to feel like an event, not just another Tuesday meeting.
Agreed. Okay, so we begin with the welcome, then start the actual presentation with the research slide.
Exactly. And once we've laid the groundwork, we can get going on the real pitch, the part where we actually ask for their business.
Right. I don't want to waste too much time on the intro. We need to get going on the important stuff before they lose interest.
Totally agree. Okay, have you started on the slides yet?
I have, but honestly, I haven't gotten very far. I keep starting and then stopping to double-check numbers.
I know that feeling. Do you want me to help you get going on it right now? We could split it half and half.
That would be amazing, honestly. I think once I actually get going, I'll move quickly. It's just the starting part that's been hard.
That's so real. The beginning is always the hardest part. Once you get going, momentum kind of takes over.
Exactly. Okay, so should we start with the introduction slide or begin with the problem statement first?
I think we should begin with the problem statement. It's more compelling. Start with pain, then offer the solution. That's how the best pitches kick off.
I love that structure. Okay, let's get going then. I'll start on the problem statement slide, you start on the research slide, and we'll meet back in 20 minutes.
Perfect. Oh, one more thing. When the actual meeting kicks off tomorrow, who's opening? Are you starting us off or am I?
I think you should kick it off. You're so good at reading the room right at the start.
Okay, I can do that. I'll begin with a quick story about why we started this whole initiative in the first place, and then we get going into the details.
That's a great plan. Okay, let's actually get going on these slides now. We've been talking about talking for way too long.
And there it is, the moment where get going had to save us from ourselves.
Story of our lives. Did you catch them all? The client meeting starts, neutral scheduled time. I want to begin the presentation, the formal opening choice. Should we kick off the meeting? Energetic launch. We begin with the welcome, formal ceremony. We can get going on the real pitch, moving into momentum.
Have you started on the slides yet? Neutral beginning. I keep starting and stopping, repeated attempts. I might be able to help you get going on it, overcoming a stuck moment. We should begin with the problem statement, formal structural choice. That's how the best pitches kick off. Energetic launch again.
Let's get going then. Momentum after planning. Are you starting us off? Casual opening role. You should kick it off. Energetic, ceremonial choice. I'll begin with a quick story, formal narrative opening. We get going into the details, transitioning with momentum. Let's actually get going on these slides now, pushing past delay.
All 4 words used constantly in one totally natural, totally real conversation. And notice how the choice between them changed the whole feeling of each sentence.
It really did. Like start felt practical, begin felt intentional, kick off felt exciting, and get going felt like momentum finally arriving. Okay, before the quiz, let's talk about common mistakes. Yes, because these are really easy traps, even for advanced learners.
So starting with start and begin. A lot of learners think they're always interchangeable, and grammatically they usually are, but the mistake is using begin in casual conversation, like saying, let's begin eating at a family dinner.
That would sound so formal, so strange, like you're at a wedding banquet, not just having dinner with your family. In casual situations, let's start eating sounds so much more natural.
Right. So remember, begin for formal writing, speeches, ceremonies, literature. Start for basically everything else in daily life.
And another mistake with start and begin is the grammar after them. Like both can be followed by to plus a verb or the ing form. Start to cry or start crying. Began to understand or began understanding. Both work, but mixing structures mid-sentence sounds off.
And for kick off, the biggest mistake is using it for small, everyday things, like saying, I kicked off my morning routine. That's a little too grand for brushing your teeth and making coffee.
Right. Kickoff needs scale. It needs to feel like an event. Save it for launches, campaigns, big meetings, seasons, not your everyday small tasks.
And another mistake with kickoff is forgetting it's one word when it's a noun, like writing the kickoff meeting with a space. It should be the kickoff meeting, one word as a noun, but kick off 2 words as the verb. We kick off the meeting.
That distinction really does matter, especially in professional writing, emails, reports. Like, getting that wrong looks like a small typo, but it's actually a grammar mistake.
And finally, for get going, the most common mistake is using it in formal writing, like putting the ceremony will get going at 6 p.m. in a wedding invitation.
That's sounds so wrong. Get going is deeply casual. It belongs in conversation, not in formal documents. For formal invitations, you'd want, the ceremony will begin at 6 p.m. Much more appropriate.
And another mistake with get going is using it without any sense of momentum or urgency, like just saying, the movie gets going at 7. That sounds strange because movies don't really build momentum, they just start. So the movie starts at 7 is much more natural.
Right. Get going really needs that feeling of overcoming stillness or delay or building energy. It's not just a neutral synonym for start. It carries its own specific flavor.
So to summarize, start, safe and neutral everywhere, begin, formal and elegant, kick off, big and energetic, get going, casual and momentum-driven. Choose based on the size, the tone, and the energy of what you're describing.
Okay, quick quiz.
Let's go.
Listeners, fill in the blank, choosing the best word for each situation. Ready?
Sentence 1. The wedding ceremony will blank at exactly 4 p.m.
Begin. The ceremony will begin.
Nice and formal.
Okay, sentence 2. My car won't blank this morning.
Start. My car won't start.
Exactly. The mechanical use.
Okay, sentence 3. We're so excited to officially blank our new product line this weekend.
Kick off. Kick off our new product line.
Perfect. That's celebratory energy.
Okay, sentence 4. Come on, everyone. It's getting late. We really need to blank blank.
Get going. We need to get going.
Exactly. That sense of urgency.
Okay, sentence 5. A little trickier. The book blank with a mysterious letter arriving at midnight.
Begins. The book begins with.
Right, that literary storytelling feeling.
And sentence 6, we've been planning this presentation for weeks. It's time to actually blank on it.
Get going. Time to get going on it.
Perfect. That overcoming delay energy.
Okay, sentence 7. The football season blank next Saturday.
Kicks off. The season kicks off.
Exactly, right. That's sports origin.
And last one, sentence 8. Can you please blank your homework before dinner?
Start. Start your homework.
Perfect. That everyday neutral choice.
Okay, listeners, how did you do? Drop your answers in the comments.
We genuinely read them. Every single one.
You might even get a reply.
You definitely might. Okay, let's recap today's 4 start.
Your everyday neutral word works for machines, new jobs, schedules, almost anything. Safe in every context, formal or casual.
Begin. Your formal, elegant word, used in ceremonies, literature, speeches, and reflective moments, suggests more of a process than a single instant.
Kick off. Your energetic, celebratory word, straight from sports, used for launches, campaigns, big events, needs scale and occasion.
Get going. Your momentum word, often overcoming delay or hesitation. Deeply casual, used for leaving or finally moving forward.
4 words,
1 core meaning.
but 4 completely different personalities.
And honestly, this episode really showed how much tone and context shape our word choices.
You say that every week.
Every week, I mean it.
At least you're consistent.
Consistent is my brand. Okay, before we go, your challenge.
This week,
Pick 2 of today's 4 words.
just 2.
Use them in real life.
A conversation.
A text message.
Even just noticing which word you naturally reach for throughout your day.
That absolutely counts. 100% counts.
Repetition builds fluency.
Every single time.
And come back and tell us. Drop it in the comments.
I told my team, let's kick off the meeting.
We will celebrate you.
Full cheer squad energy.
Biggest cheer squad.
If today helped you,
Give it a like.
it really helps the channel grow.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
New episodes every week.
Share with someone learning English.
Best thing you can do for a language learner.
Seriously.
All right, everyone. This has been Business English Desk. I'm Laura,
I'm Jamie.
and we'll see you next time.
Whatever you're working on today, don't just start it, don't just begin it, Kick it off with real energy.
And once you do, get going and don't stop.
Bye.
Bye.